Hello everyone, I'm Silent Death, and welcome back to Stationeers No Mining Challenge. Today, we're going to be working on an AIMEE. We've purchased 2 AIMEEs of the 4 that we eventually want, so we're going to start with today making a basic script so that they can be running while we're off building other stuff. You know, gathering orange stuff before we do other things. We can be stockpiling resources. But first, a few things we've done between episodes. 1, we finally traded for enough Harveys to expand our pumpkins up to the full 20. I'm hoping... Oh, and we also changed this out to be a convective vent instead of a radiator vent. And I'm hoping with 20 plants and this reduced, this is like a third of the radiant one, that with those two added together, it will kind of be closer to equilibrium. Additionally, I don't think I mentioned this last episode, but between episodes, I built this little chute system here that goes down into a recycler, and that's just to get exploded canisters into the exploded canisters of nitrogen and CO2 into the greenhouse. I tried, manually carrying them in, and it almost exploded on me. It was really, really close. Between episodes, I've also done some work on the airlocks. I'm thinking about using actual airlocks here, but I really do not like this little step up. So I may switch just to using glass doors. I'm not sure. There's really no reason to use airlocks other than looks. But, I like the looks. I hate the step up, though. Also, I changed this little area right here after I added the padded arch light thing. I did not like the gap that was here, so I added this to go up on both ends. And we've also started building out here. We built out this airlock over there, and also there are 2 airlocks down there that we started on last episode. And I've also done the the pink airlock circuit. And wired up all the airlocks and the elevators, everything but the airlocks that's going to go down there, and the greenhouse airlock are hooked up. This transformer is not yet on. If we go down, we also traded, we did a whole bunch of trading to get the Harveys, like hours and hours of trading. See, there's the pink circuit. Yeah, we traded for enough frames to finish this off, and also built out this, put the ceiling up here. Lots of stuff, just, tedious stuff that's been done. Walls out this way, or our ceilings out this way, ceilings out this way, more frames, all kinds of stuff. That's most of what I've done between episodes. Now, after last episode, when we changed the wiring for our satellite, when we moved it to a separate network, it changed the vending machine so that when we buy stuff, it goes into the cold room vending machine, which is not what we want. And I've tried renaming it, and that is apparently not how it works. I was hoping that would be how it works, but no. No, it's just not going to do it that way. So what we're going to try is sort of separating out the cold vending machine and this vending machine by using either a logic mirror or logic transmitters. I'm hoping the logic mirror works because it takes much less power, but I'm not sure if either of them will work. Go drink something. Okay, the first thing we need to do is to get in this little cramped room, which we have some pumpkins. Yes. Okay. So does these two hook together? They do not. What we'll have to do is hook this across to here somehow. And since I do not know how these line up, that's going to be a little bit difficult. Okay, so there's definitely a wire there. If that'll work. Then it's this part that we need to separate. Those should still be hooked together. And then we'll want the transmitter here if we can fit it. Not sure if we can. I'm not sure which side the data is on either. That is probably something we need to figure out. Okay, looks like the power's on this side and the data is on this side. That means you're not hooked up. Down. Let's see what the logic mirror looks like in terms of output. Logic mirror. Okay, that's a little bit. I think we might be able to do this. Because I believe we can run these through? No? Okay, we can't do it that way. This is going to be cramped. There it is. Alright, I need to check on the other side of that wall. We might have to put it here. That. Alright, let's go back outside. Okay, so that wasn't too terrible.
Oxygen critical. Low pressure.
This... Okay, that is a little bit terrible. Now we can take this. Keep going up here. Cable junction. So we don't technically need that part. And if we put this kind of just right here, with that going up, that could work. It'll be really inconvenient. But maybe I will move it down one more. That's more like it. Just run this way, and that can connect there, and this can connect here. You need an input. And then let's just plot back down the vending machine after we hook that back up. You don't need to go there. You do need to go here. The power is still connected. That is excellent. Okay, everything's all hooked up. Hopefully that'll work. It's not on, but that is something we also need to take care of. That's going to be hard. Turn it on because it's over here. Give me a moment to turn that on. Okay, we've got that set up. It should be on now. And let's go up here. And shove some pumpkins in. Alright, you're not on because we turned off the whole thing. Darn. Right, pumpkins are in, and I've confirmed that the vending machine is on. And we can trade. Okay, that is excellent. So that much works. Let's see if buying stuff actually works. And okay, that works so far. Let me save it and reload and make sure that it still works. And we survived the reload test. I am ridiculously pleased that we did not have to use logic transmitters for that. Saves so much power. Okay, moving right along. Let's actually get into what we're going to do this episode and do the AIMEEs. So as we mapped out several episodes ago, we're going to have AIMEEs AIMEE entrances every 2 blocks. For a total of 4. So we'll start with this. We're going to put that sideways. Just because this is going to be a 1 tall area. There's going to be something maybe up above it. I think it's going to be 1 tall anyway. Then we'll just throw down some walls. And we just want to make a little room for our guy to come sit in and unload. Then we'll have a door here. We're just going to do a pretty standard airlock with a glass door here, a big giant wide glass door, and this on the other side. I'm going to do that and be right back. Okay, here's the basic airlock. In the center, we're going to put a wireless or omni power transmitter. Because that is how we're planning on charging these, and it will not fit. But maybe it will be... Maybe we'll put it over here. Might work. It'll be out of the way. And we could just do 2 of them instead of all of them. And use the hash to turn them on. Okay, now we need to get power to these. So we're going to run pink from our maintenance tunnel all the way over to there. For the AIMEEs, I decided to go with purple. And for the ore storage is going to be on the ingots network, which is going to be gray. So we'll do those 2. Right here. Just like we've done these over here. We'll just run this wire out. This heavy wire. And shouldn't be any big issues here. So let me take care of that. Now, these are done. Wires over there, wires over there, gray's down there. Ink's hooked up, it's got power. And we just have to do the chutes. These are going to be black for, as we described last episode. So we need chute inlets right here where I left a little gap in the wiring. And we don't need any power, so just inlets are fine. You don't need to use bins. So I have to connect those, and we're going to put a silo just down here somewhere. And while we're at it, we might as well grab all the ore from over there and bring it over here too. And that's going to take a little bit of time. Chutes are done. And now for the AIMEEs. We'll go here. One there, and we'll make you white. And you're going to be pink. You'll be a pink AIMEE. And we'll name you AIMEE number 2. And AIMEE number 1. And we'll be controlling these with these guys. That means that these need a blank chip inside. Yeah, okay. Alright, so we will set you. Where is your screw? Way over there. Okay. You're going to be AIMEE number 1. And you'll be AIMEE number 2. Okay, so I'll wire those up later. Or, yeah, let's just do that. And now if we just point our tablet at the logic transmitter, we can read everything from this little guy. Now we will put composite rollover doors. Which is why I've moved these out. Because I want to be able to access them from out here in case there's a problem. And there's going to be a problem because AIMEEs are pretty glitchy. That. Put it in there. And then these can just connect up. That's good enough for now. Let's see. So you're set, you're set. We can now get started programming. So let's type in the devices, which is just going to be the AIMEE, and whatever else we need, the variables we think we need. First thing we need to do before we can actually program is get some coordinates. I made a GPS cartridge. And we want to know the boundary about here. So this is Z. So negative 20Z. Anything greater than negative 20Z is going to be where we don't let the robot go. Might go a little bit, might go like 20, 25, something like that. But around negative 20. And then we're going to want GPS coordinates for waypoints for the robot to come here and then go inside. But this looks like 15, 0, negative 20, and then either 16 or 17. Probably rounding. So 15, 20, 15, 0. 1 second. Okay, so we have our alias for the bot. We have the registers for positions, the mode, and on and off. And we'll probably need something for the battery. And maybe some other stuff. But we'll start there. Let's see. Look. Quantity, damage, charge ratio. That's probably what we want. I'll just call this and for here, so this was the one that we read just outside the door a little ways. We'll use path to here, and then we'll use move in a straight line to here. That way it doesn't do collision detection. And then I just ran out around, 30 coordinates from where the waypoint is to check this. And negative 50 was actually a little bit higher, so I just moved to negative 46. And we're defining our maximum Z to negative 20. That'll keep it from getting closer to the base than negative 20 when it's mining. Because if you don't do that, it'll try to burrow through the base and do all kinds of weird stuff and teleport. And it's really just messy. So make sure that you have some kind of boundary setting. Now then, let's look back here to see how AIMEE works. So it has 7 modes. None, which doesn't, it automatically goes to none when it finishes whatever it's doing. Then follow nearest player, we're not going to be using that one. Then move in the straight line, which I just talked about how we're going to get in here. And wander around, which is roam. Then there's unload. Then there's path, which is kind of seeking to a random spot. Then there's storage full. And this is kind of glitched out. It's supposed to say the right modes. So this is actually not that hard to write. Not really. The first thing we're going to do is detect what mode we're in and decide what to do based on that mode. Okay, so right up here, we're initializing the mode to none. It's just, if we're having problems with it and we need to reset it, we can manually reset it by removing the chip and reinitializing it. That'll force it to 0, or force it to mode none. Then, we're reading the data, which is down here. We set the setting to RA, the debug thing. We yield, we load the mode, the position, and if it's should be greater than max Z, That should also be position T. Then it will go to initialize. Initialize is going to be where we tell it to go to our mining coordinates. And we need to add another read statement here where we're going to read the battery charge. Okay, we're loading the slot, 0 slot, charge ratio from the 0 slot, which the 0 slot is the battery, index 0. And if the charge is less than minimum charge, which is a constant that we defined at 20%, then it will go unload. So whenever it charges low, it'll go unload while it's recharging. Then, after it's read all the data, we're adding 1 to the mode, and we're jumping relative with our mode. This is just basically a switch statement, if you're familiar with programming, based on the mode. So mode 0, doing nothing, it goes to initialize, follow, it just loops, because it should never get here. Move in line, it loops, because it's basically waiting for that to finish. Then, and it basically should never get here either. Roaming, again, then mode unload. If it gets here and the mode is unloading, it should jump to full, which is going to be where we're handling the unload script. Path to target should probably never get here either, but it just keeps looping if that is the case. Storage full, it'll jump to full, and then if for some reason it reaches here, then it will keep looping. Now let's do properly initialize. That sounds like a good thing to work on. Okay, for initialize, we're setting the housing setting to 0. Since this is not we don't have an RA set when we jump to this, we're just setting it to 0 to tell us where we are. Then we are moving the bot. We're setting its target X, Y, and Z to the mining coordinates that we have up there, and then we're telling it to go there. Then we're waiting, and we're going to have another separate wait call here, which we'll get to later. Then we're setting the mode to roam once this is just going to wait until it hits mode 0. Basically wait until the command is done. So after the command path to target is done, it will switch to roam. And there should be a jump command here. Jump to main, maybe? Alright, I explicitly put a jump here. It's just going to fall through here if I remove this. If we're running short on lines, we can remove this line and it won't make any difference. This will just, be explicit, or we could do jump to select, which would work too. We might need the yield though, so we'll just do it this way. Then roaming is just going to read the data, yield. If the mode is not equal to roam, then it goes back to select. And I think roam is also path to target. Which is also a loop. Oh, it's not a big deal. Basically, roaming will mine. Roaming will also be mode path to target, so it'll be up here part of the time. And while it's up here, it's going to just keep looping until it reaches full or something. Don't know why this is not colored. Did I misspell something? Don't think so. Maybe it's just a glitch. Okay, so the next thing we have is full, I think. Full is going to be the next step. Alright, so the first thing that full is going to do is it's going to tell it to go to its hangar. So move shelter, which is going to be a function that we'll define elsewhere. Then it's going to turn on the AIMEE power transmitter, which I've decided to use a device screw instead of using a hash like I was going to do. That way we only turn on one of them. We could use a hash if we want to, but I'm just going to do it this way in case we end up having more AIMEE transmitters in our base on this network, which we probably won't, but this will work. It'll be fine. And not define wait to finish. I thought I did that already. We'll come back to that. So then we're setting the mode to unload. And we're sleeping for a second. Then we're waiting for the mode to go back to 0. And here, we're going to check the charge. Because remember, full is also where we recharge. So if our charge is less than 95%, we branch relative -2. So that means we come back up to this line, which is a sleep command. So we just keep looping through here. Loop, wait to finish also reads the data. We'll also read the data because it has to wait. So that'll loop that. Then if the charge is greater than 95%, it turns the AIMEE power transmitter off. Then we set the target waypoint coordinates, which we defined up there. We'll move to target and wait for that mode to go to 0 and then go back to the beginning. So it looks like we still have a couple things to do. And the first thing we're going to do is wait to finish. So, wait to finish, sleeps for a second, saves the return address, then jumps and returns to read data. So it reads the data, loads the return address, checks the mode, and if the mode is 0, it returns. And if the mode is not 0, it loops. Fairly simple little loop waiting thing. And here's where we're going to do the wait thing. So we set the target to the home waypoint. 1 second. Okay, I think we were up here. The wait to finish. I put the RA setting here for that. And then read the data, blah, blah, blah. I think we already went through that. Now then, we're setting the target home waypoint, which right here, that's the unload waypoint X, Y, and Z that we defined way up here at the beginning. Then this is where we have probably the biggest problem where it's going to get stuck. So we have a lot of debug statements here because it can get stuck in all kinds of weird things. So we set the home waypoint, then we select the path to that target. Then we wait for it to finish. Then we set the target X, Y, and Z to inside the room. And then we move to that target in a straight line. Then we wait for 10 seconds. And we also wait to finish. This can be kind of weird when moving in a straight line is not very smart. Some more debug commands. Move, we wait to finish, and then we load the return value and we return. Now, there's one thing you may notice is, where is this? Read data. This would be infinite loop if the charge is low because everything reads the data. So what we're going to do is add a check here. And it's going to be kind of fancy, so give me a moment. Okay, so what I've done is I've moved the read data function down below roaming. And I've added a check here. Branch if RA is greater than read data. That should be, yeah, okay then. So what we're saying is if this read data is being called by anybody below it, then it skips the charge check and the position check. Because that means it's supposed to get close and recharge. So we don't need to check if we're already recharging or we're actually trying to get close to the base. If we're trying to go inside the base, we don't need to care if we're getting too close to the base. So hopefully this will work. I'm not sure if this part will work and I'm hoping we can still use these. I'm not 100% sure we can or not since the Stationepedia page was so glitchy. But we'll give it a shot. And we still have room if we're on a planet and there are storms, they still have plenty of room to do some storm handling down here. But we're not going to because there's no storms on this planet. Alright, so we need to set the AIMEE and let's go. Where are you? Oh, yeah, you were over here. So we'll rename this AIMEE. Not structure, power transmitter, AIMEE. 1, 2. Hopefully that'll fit in the little box description. And we should. Yeah, this does not know what it is. We'll call this the AIMEE number 1. Your AIMEE number 1, your structure power transmitter. Okay, there we go. Now then, did I export this? I don't know, and that is not what I wanted to do. Definitely not. You click on a laptop with the screwdriver, it takes out the battery. Because, of course, that is something you would definitely want to do. Ever. No. Why? Just why? Why would you do that to me? Export. Alright, so you go in here and AIMEE's going to go outside. Because it needs to be already out there, outside of the shelter. And let's open the shelter door. Open the pod bay doors, Hal. So that you can get inside here if it needs to. And, oh, we should probably do something to turn on AIMEE. Nah, we'll just manually turn it on. I guess. Yeah, okay, we will do something. Set depot to. In the select statement, we'll do set debot on to 1. It's already at 97, and that did not do anything. Because you don't have a battery. Duh. Okay, we forgot to make some power transformers stuff. Let's go make a large wireless battery. Completely forgot about that. Need a couple of them. Wireless. Those aren't very expensive. And we'll grab some meat. Takes the time to go through. Alright, so these are these two. And I'll have to go recharge them. Okay, I have one that's charged at 17% and a full one. And this one is going to be so that we can check the recharge code. Okay, so what are you doing, AIMEE? Not a whole lot. As far as we can tell. So you are mode 5, which is path to target. So where are we? 97. Which is down in the full area, I think. So right here. It was either in waiting to finish or in. So the waiting to finish path to target are right here. And it's probably. You can check the target Y's and Z's. Figure that out. Mission. Oh, we can't read the target. That is not great. It's mode 0. Okay, oh, the AIMEE's stuck. They're trying, but it can't get in. Okay, it looks like we need to do some building here. But AIMEE does not look happy. Okay, let's see. What if we put down some... Let's try some cladding. I think that's fairly devoid of any bumps and stuff. If we do this, hopefully AIMEE will be okay. And we'll need to do some terraforming out in this direction. That looks like it might be okay. Is the charger on? The charger is on. Okay. So it is charging, and that is what we're waiting on. I really might want to add some LEDs so that I can see what's going on. But the little battery thing looks like it's charging. So we're going to trick it until it is finished. Look, you're finished. And off it goes. Okay, there's the waypoint. And now it is going to get lost. And then fly up in the air, as the one does. And then it's going to go somewhere else. No idea what's going on. And it'll fly up in the air again because, you know, as one does. And it'll get lost. And it's on mode 5, which is... Isn't that moving in a straight line? Path to target. Mode 5 is path to target. So it is having difficulty pathing to the target. But it's kind of going in the appropriate direction. Sort of. It might be in actual mining mode now. It may have something to do with the Y. Because I think the GPS thing rounds, and it has difficulty if the ground is not perfectly at the level. So there may be something we need to do to fix that. Flying up in the air. Flying up in the air again. I mean, that's pretty close to level. It's kind of slowly working in the direction. What if we change this to like... Change it to 36. Maybe that's just, it just has a bad spot. Oh, you are just all over the place, aren't you? Yes, I really don't know what's going on with you.
Airtag critical.
Are you going to bounce again? Maybe. It's not sure. Yep, it's going to bounce. Okay, let's try something else. I made some changes, adding some LED displays with the more IC commands mod. We have... Where is it? Where is it? Somewhere around in here. Yeah, we're using the set index thing to set each individual ones. And also, I added a check since having so much difficulty moving. We added a check to this. And to this. We may try to make this move to target. Because that is not working. It is almost out of power. And it's not getting any closer. What if we do that? Because pathing is obviously not working. It is maybe going to make it. And now it's out of power. Or it's supposed to have power. I think it lost. It almost made it. So maybe we should just switch to move to target instead. It is still doing some weird stuff. Oh, it doesn't think it's there yet. Yeah, it's still in mode 2, which is move to target. So what if... Yes, I think I know what I'm going to do now. Okay, it seems to be working now. Not sure if you can see it. But it's no longer flying up in the air. Oh, too soon. What I should do is add the mode to one of these displays too. Okay, it's been too long. I removed the second check for location that I had down here as it was causing problems. And I'm not quite sure why. Then, in read data, right here, I've added these. If the mode is 2, we set the target Y to its current Y. This is from Reddit post a while ago that says this helps some. It doesn't help in path to target, but it seems to help in move to target. Then, path to target is the one that's causing problems. That's what I've narrowed it down to. So if path to target, if the mode is path to target, which is 5, then we set the mode to move to target, which is move in a straight line. So that seems to be working a lot better. We actually mined a load and dropped it off. And now he's recharging. So if this script is not uploaded to the workshop by the time this video is out, it probably means I've come across other problems. But we're going to end this here because it's way too late. Like if you like, subscribe if you're not. Thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.